And now please welcome 2010 graduate, Mr. Trevor Patch.
Thank you for having me. I'm not great at math. I'm not a test person. I'm not a writer. I'm just not an AP kid. These are statements we have all said or heard throughout our time here at Peak to Peak. I know. I said them too. I watched my insane classmates like Catherine, Goon, and Marn lay waste to every subject, and I always assumed they were just better, smarter students than me. However, from the experience that I've had since, I know this just isn't the case. Hello, class 2015. My name is Trevor Patch, and I graduated in Peak to Peak in 2010. Only 5 years ago this week, but it feels like an eternity. The old Peak didn't have baseball fields, had different teachers, and I hear rumors that our sports teams actually win games. Today, I'm here to talk to you about life after high school for a Peak graduate. To start, I'll ask you a question you'll hear 1,000 times over the next 4 years. What do you want to do with your life? And if you're anything like me, you've decided on something that is interesting enough to whoever's asking, but without any real idea what you actually want to do. I'm here to tell you you don't know what you want to do when you grow up, and that's okay. Adults are just trying to make conversation. Please try to be nice to them. They don't expect to hear your exact plans, but they want to see how you think, hear about your dreams, to poke you and see what comes out. The secret is you don't need to know what you are going to do. You just need to figure out what you love. At the Rockies, I worked for a man named Dan O'Dowd, our old general manager, and watched him address our high school draft picks. Kids who are in your exact position today, but in a month they'll be starting their professional careers. He would say, players that succeed in baseball don't like baseball. They don't have a passion for baseball. They love baseball with every single being of themselves. He compared it to marriages. Spouses don't stay together because they have passion for each other. They don't stay together because they like each other. They don't survive on their feelings. They only survive on a deep relationship built on love. You can ask your parents about that. This is what we need to find in everything we do. We need to find that thing that we love with every being of ourselves. Because the love is what drives the work, what drives the passion, what drives the effort, what makes you put in the time it takes to become an expert. I was lucky enough to figure that out early in my life. After finally finishing my last AP Calculus class my sophomore year of high school, I hoped I would never have to take another calculus class. However, just 1 year later, I fell in love with statistics after taking Mr. Letter's class. I furthered that in college where I realized I loved solving puzzles, I loved statistics, and I loved sports. And unfortunately, because of that, I had to take a lot more calculus. This was my middle of my freshman year at college. It led me to uncomfortable situations of transferring schools, giving up NCAA golf, graduating early, and focusing everything I could to getting a competitive internship with the Rockies. There, I started my career handing out bobbleheads and racing out around the field in dental product costume. I did this because I loved it. I'm not special. I'm not smart. But rather, I had incredible experiences and mentors that got me to my goal of helping lead a baseball analytics department. The only piece I did was figure out what I loved and listen to the great mentors and friends around me. My parents prepared me to be the man that I'm hoped to become. My brothers were always there for teaching and support. My teachers, from the Letters to Flanhofer to Hankla, put way more time into me than I ever deserved. My fiance, who I met here at Peak to Peak, showed me compassion and taught me about loving others. My teammates, from golf to basketball to baseball, made me recognize I wasn't ever playing just for myself. My coaches showed me grace when I made those brutal plays. And my friends, they were there to celebrate when we were at our best, or help me when that 2 a.m. phone call we hoped wouldn't come, came. This combination is what people give the tools they need to find and follow their love. We all deal with large challenges, but all of us here have one unique experience that better prepares us than any other high schooler, and that's this school, these teachers, and these classmates. The teachers that put time into you, the administrators that manage the school, and your peers, whether you never see them after today or you become lifelong friends. The community that these people have created for us have led to the experiences that we'll never forget. Einstein said, "I have no special talent, I'm just passionately curious." Newton said, "If I have seen further, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants." These are two of the smartest people that have ever lived, and they're saying it's not about their talent. but rather it's about the love that drives them to their greatness. They look just like you. They are you. Their success wasn't preordained. They went out and practiced and worked to be the best because they loved it. It's the same thing with what your choice of what you want to do, from sports to law to medicine to photography. Lovers are different than dreamers because lovers produce the effort. Lovers wake up early and put the time before class. Lovers stay late after practice honing the craft. Dreamers, they sit on the sideline and say, I wish I could do that, while lovers are out there doing it. So the question is, what do you love? Now it's my pleasure to introduce this year's class president and vice president, Calvin Riss and Yerom Lee.